I realised that I haven't used very many pre-bought pattern papers recently. I seem to be doing more making my own backgrounds. So I thought today I would mix the two. So I've taken a ready-made paper. It's from Enchanted Dreams. I think that's the right word, from Crafter's Companion. And then I have stamped all over it. So I've stamped the flowers, I've stamped the inks and all the blotches, and then I've made it into a very simple shaker card, and then I've decorated with a few little stickers and used lots of sequins, and I put some sequins on the top as well, and finished it with some liquid gems from Tonic. So really, really quick and simple. Let's see how it's made. I thought, again, maybe something a little bit different. I try to bring you different things every time I do them. So I found a piece of paper from, it's a Crafter's Companion paper pad. It is, let me see, show you, Enchanted Dreams. But I'm using the reverse side of it. I'm going to use this side. And I'm cheating. Instead of going through all of this printing and stamping myself, I'm going to let the paper pad do a lot of it for me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. I'm going to pop this into here, and then I'm going to stamp onto it. So I found, I believe, I'll be corrected, Stamps by Me. I'm believing it's a Stamps by Me just because they've got the layout of a Stamps by Me, but I've got no packaging. I don't know why all my Stamps by Me don't have packaging. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to take the largest flower and I'm going to pop it over the edge, just like that. You can put it at whatever angle you want. And I just thought an outline stamp would look the best. So I'm going to take that. Then, oops, excuse my arm across. I'm going to use my archival ink because this will work. It won't smudge and it will work for so many reasons. So I can put that on there. And then I'm going to stamp that onto there. Now, yeah, a bit missing here, but that's fine. But on the actual paper, that's perfect. I'm going to take it, I'm going to just move this down a little bit, just because I've got this one in my hand. I'm going to do the same on this side. It doesn't have to be symmetrical, but I'm a symmetrical kind of girl. And I'm going to pop that on to there. I've tried to do it at a slightly different angle. You can see where it's just left a residual mark. Stamp it up. All I want is sort of, I'm building up the design on to here. So we can put that, and again, that is perfect. So what I've done here, I have just stamped it onto a little bit of masking paper, and I'm just going to mask those images out. You don't need to see me do that, so it's just very simple, just like a bit like a post-it note, very, very thin paper, and I've just stamped it onto there and then roughly fussy cutted that out. You don't want to cut it out with a die because that would give you a border, and I wanted it to cut right onto that line. So once I've got there, I'm going to grab another stamp from, now which one have I, make sure I've used the one that I've actually cut the mask out for. I've cut the mask out for this. No, I've not cut the mask out for that one. I've cut the mask out for this one. There we go. Can't even remember what I've done. So I'll do this one because I'm up in that corner. So I'm going to stamp. So what this will do is it'll put this stamp effect behind the large one. If you wanted to do it the other way around, you stamp the first one and then you mask that. It doesn't matter. So we can do that. And then I stamp over there. Perfect to come on there. And I'll show you when we peel it off. So then I'm going to come. Now, this is where I'm going to make sure it's not symmetrical. So I'm going to come on. Oh, I need to just lift it up a bit. There we go. These magnets are so good on the Stamps by Me platform. So let's just then turn it that one. And then we can mask it, stamp it down there. You can see it's already started to leave a mark. I should have probably cleaned it first, but it'll be fine. And then we can stamp over there. Right, take those off. I could keep going and stamping a bit more if I wanted to. And I'm just going to mask that off. I did one as a practice. I always try to practice the main bit of the card I'm going to do. Don't put it together, but I just give it that bit of practice to make sure it works. And I didn't mask this off for the next bit, and I'm not that happy with how it came out. Okay, so now I have got a selection of stamps. So I've got some background stamps. You've seen me use this one. It's a rare earth one. I've got these, which are fairly new to me. So they're just some background stamps. And I'm just going to stamp all over with a random I'm going to try and make it random, which is quite hard, but I'm going to do a bit of a random stamping over here. And if it comes over the flower, so be it. That really doesn't matter. Okay, I think that just moved. Let me just check that, because it's a, yeah, that'll be fine. I've got 3 inks. I've got ocean blue, just be careful because might have things on the back, crushed velvet, and also fuchsia. I just thought they went together and they also went with the paper. So I'm just going to randomly use the colours. I know I keep saying random, but I'm trying to be. And pop that on here. Again, this is going to give me sort of a faded background. I feel like it's a really good cheat way of making your own papers, because the paper pad has done the hard work of giving you that misty background. I've got text on this one, you know, all that sort of thing. And then I'm just coming in and doing the fun bit. Again, with this one, I don't mind if it comes out quite patchy. It's fine. So I've just done the background. Let's have a look what else have I got. Let's come in. Oh, I like this big one here. It's all sorts of circles. I could actually have a go with some stencils if I wanted to. But for now, I'm not going to. Right, I'm going to come over this flower because that's what I want to do just here. I want to make sure that they sort of overlap, but I'm not concerned because it's masked. So pick that one up. Let's go purple. Change my colour. And again, I don't mind if it's not a perfect stamp. That almost looks really good. Now, it's up to you how much you do. Yeah, I will leave it like that. Take that one off. And then what else have I got? Oh, I had a splat. Where's my splat gone? I've lost my little splat. All right, we're going to have to be splatless now because I don't know where that's gone. Okay, so let's have a look. I've got this one here. Oh, I know what I want to do next. Out of Lou's collection, I've got some numbers. Let's see if I can get the numbers in before I put too much on. Let's go a bit blue on that. I haven't done any pink yet. We'll do some pink in a minute. Where's my blue gone? There. Wonder what I did with my splat. That's annoying me now because I had it a few minutes ago. Let's do my numbers. Oh, could do with a little bit more than that because it's numbers. I don't want it perfect, but that was not quite enough. Great thing about the platform. Okay, so under that, I like this one. It's almost got like an edge to it. So look at this. So I'm going straight. I'm not concerned about the flowers now. I'm going to go straight over those flowers. So this is almost like a shelf. So we can then pop that on there. Let's go pink because I've not done any pink yet. And pop that down there. So it'll catch onto that paper design, which is perfect. Some pinky splats just here. Oh, I like this one. I've not done this one before. Let's do this one because it's a bit like the flowers, isn't it? Let's do that. Every time you do it, you're going to do it different, aren't you? So let's pop this onto here. Oh, I like that. Let's put it up here. And then there we go. We'll do something coming down there. So let's have a look and see what I've got. Let's see what I've got. Oh, I like this one. It's like a crosshatch. Let's see what this one does. Have it almost coming out from. Let's have it coming out from behind the flowers there. See how that works. I think I've got a bubble in there. Oh, it's quite patchy, but it's fine. Let's see if I can get a bit more on. Let's see. Okay, that's how that one comes out. Let's go. We could do it a bit more purple. Let's do a bit of purple. Let's come again, coming out of those flowers there. Just randomly putting on. This is how papers are designed. So you just, add your elements. Oh, I like that. I think I could do that one again. I'm going to have this one coming out of there. So it looks strange whilst the masks are on, but once the masks are taken off, it'll work. Okay, I think that'll do. I know that's pretty random, but we like random today. Today, random is good. So you can see I've got all of these papers. I'm going to put a sentiment on, but I'm not going to put that on just yet. I'll show you that one in a minute. A little bit mucky fingers, but don't worry. So I'm going to get my sophisticated spray booth, and I've got 2 Tim Holtz distress inks, a blue one, Mermaid Lagoon, and Pickled Raspberry. So let's just give them a little bit. I'm going to have to just lift this up a little bit. So just, I want the smallest a bit. Oh, see, I can't do small bits with these. And then I'm going to get the pink. Oh, I like how I'm not spraying it properly. Right, I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, yeah. Just sprayed a little bit and it's come out quite lumpy and bumpy. Okay, so what you need to do now is leave that to dry. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove the masks. So you can see, look, where those masks were, it's nice and clear, because that's what I wanted. I wanted that little bit of, can you see? There we go. And can you see how the flowers are coming out from behind? So I've created my own effects. I'm actually just going to give that a quick blast because there's some little spots. So bear with me and I'll come straight back once that is dry. Okay, so the reason I wanted that to be dry was because I wanted to get my dies, and I've got my rectangle dies here. I'm just using my tattered lace ones, and I'm going to get one of them and I'm going to cut an aperture into my cardstock. So I've got this one, which I quite like the size of that, and I'm just going to pop it in there. And I like how, look, this crosses over. So let's just get that centered up. So you do need to get it centered because this is going to be a frame. If you want to get your ruler on it, then go for it. That's entirely up to you. So I'm going to put 2 on. There we go. Now, when I do things like this, I take one of the plates out of my sandwicher plate. So I've got my cutting plate, I've got my plastic shim, and I've got my other cutting plate. I haven't got my magnetic shim. It's a really basic, excuse the noise, it's a really basic die that I'm using, and it will go through. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't crush the paper. So that's why I do that. So just wanted to give you that top tip. So that now should pop out of there. There it does, you see, cut brilliantly. Now I note that isn't waste, we need that, so let me just put that in there, take that off there like that, and you can see, let me just lift that up so you can see it. There we go. Can you see that fits in there? Now it's going to come up with that effect in a minute. So what I have done separately is I have created a shaker. Now I showed you how to make these separately. So it's just, I've got an A5 piece of acetate, cut it in half, and then made a shaker. So I like that because it shakes one against the other. Really, really like that. And that will fit behind there without showing any of the foam tape, which is why I picked that. And what's going to happen is we're going to put that one behind there, just like that. So it's going to cover up and you're going to see that behind. So before I do that, I need to stamp my sentiment, and my sentiment, I had it a minute ago, is here. I'm going to use Birthday Wishes. Let's bring the stamping platform back in, and we're going to pop this one onto here, and we're going to do that, and we're going to put Birthday Wishes just here. There we go. And we're going to just stamp that. Now I will stamp it multiple times. I'm still using the same archival archival ink, just because it's to hand and it's a nice dark one. You can see that's really lovely and dark. There we go. I'm going to do a third one just because because it's going to be going through the shaker, I want it to be as strong as possible. So there we go. Right, and that is that. So we're nearly there, nearly there. So what I've got now is I've got a card base. Let's make sure my hands are reasonably clean. I've got some purple card. Now I did cut the centre out just using one of the rectangles. I'm going to put that aside for another project. Let's pop these on. I want this one on first. Let's pop that on to here. This was a 10 by 7 card base that I've just trimmed down, because as you know, I always start from the top and work down, and then I should really start working from the base up, but I never know. Right, that's going to go on here. And before I finish, I'm going to pop, I've just marked the frame. So what I did was, let me just check, because this is a different one. Let me just check if I put that into the centre. Let's just make sure that is in the right place. Right there. This one is slightly different to the one I prepped. So I'll just grab my pencil and let's just mark. Have I got that centred? I think I have. So let's just mark there, 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 and there. So that is where I want that to go. So I'm going to pop that on to here. And this, there we go. I can see that is going to fit perfectly if I put that there. Then when I put this back on, it is centered really nicely. So that's really good. So let's just give that a burnish down. Oop, I'm moving it. There we go. Right. So before I stick that down, I've got a couple of stickers. This is something that you've probably not seen me use before. These are stickers, and I had a look. You can get them off Amazon and all sorts of places, so you'll be able to find them really easy. And if I can find them again on Amazon, I'll give you a link to them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this on here, but this one is coming off the card. So in actual fact, what I'm going to do, I know it's so pretty, but don't worry, I wanted the flowers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that off. Now, I have just prepped a little piece of paper. I saw a top tip for using these stickers. And the top tip was... Ooh, just be a minute. It's coming off my pokey tool. There we go. Top tip was stick... So these stickers have a backing on, which is quite hard to peel off. So somebody said, and I can't remember where I saw it, I've probably got enough. I've just put some finger lift tape on because I've got so much of this. Or you could just put it on, I think they did it onto a piece of double-sided sticky tape or something like that. Oops, there we go. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick, which one was it as I was going to do? Where's my broke cup one? It's there, look. Stick that onto there. So basically it's got a backing on. So now all I need to do is come along. Oh. So all I'm going to do now is, look, can you see? That's just peeled off. I'll just show you, if I show you this waist one, they can be really hard. Oh, that one has separated reasonably easily. There, look, you can see, separates. But somebody gave me a top tip, put them on like that, onto some waist card, and they separate. And that now, as you can see, is sticky. So I'm going to pop that just on the bottom here. There you go. You can't see the plastic. I love that. So I'm going to put that onto there. Then I'm going to get my shaker. I'll tell you what I haven't done is I haven't put any tape on here. So let's grab some red liner, and we can put some red liner on the back. So that's going to go just on here. So this doesn't have to meet up because we've already sealed our shaker. We just need enough to hold our shaker in place. Again, like I say, if you are at all unsure how I did the shakers, I'll see if I can add it in as a link up in the, where are we? Up in the corner up here. Ooh, where's my finger? There. I'll see if I can do it up there somewhere. I never know whether that works on my YouTube videos because you can put like little links to previous videos. I keep trying, but I don't actually know whether it works. But there we go. Right, so let's pop the red liner off. 2, 3 and 4. Then we just get the shaker, making sure that none of the foam tape is visible. Let's turn that over. Oh yes, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Really pretty. So then the next thing we need to do is just to get some foam tape. Now, I'm using one of my big rolls. I could use the same as that. This is the same height and it's a bit wider. So I just like to use this one because I just find it works for me. I haven't put that shaker on very straight, but it really doesn't matter because no one's going to see it. I love it when you can hide all your workings inside your cards and nobody knows what's going on. Let's cut that in half. That wasn't a bad guess of foam tape, was it? That was pretty good. So we can put that onto here. What I didn't mention earlier is when I did my shaker, can you see I've used mostly opaque or clear, those sequins, but I've just added in a couple of sequins. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, probably 9 or 10 that match the colour of my project. So I just wanted that occasional hit of colour. Oh, just before I put that on, let's pop this onto my card base. I forgot to do that bit. So we can pop this on too, because that'll mean I can then give it a little bit of a burnish down. Popping that on to here. That's not very straight, is it, Corrine? Let's see if I can just give it a little bit of a wiggle. There we go. And then burnish all that down. There we are. And then I can put this on. So what I want to do now is line this up with that element. And if I've got it right, it'll give me the perfect border all the way around the outside. I love this because I've still got like the true colour of the paper. Oh, I've put it on upside down. There you go. That is why the writing was upside down. That is why I put glue on my foam tape. If ever I wanted to show you how to put it right, that was perfect, wasn't it? There we go. I have got my card the right way up after taking it off. There we go. No, I just love how you can see I've still got the true colour back there. So what I want to do now is, you can see when the shake, look, I've got the sticker underneath there. But what I want to do now is put the sticker, some stickers on the top as well. So I'm going to pop it back onto my, there we go, tape. And we're going to, let's just make sure I can see my birthday sentiment. Let's put one. I'll trim those in a minute. One there. And then we can have, have I got any tape left to catch on here? What I just need to do is get a little pair of scissors. And I just need to trim. Could have come in a little bit, couldn't I? But it's stuck. They're very sticky. I think that looks nice because it comes right off the page, doesn't it? And so it's going over the acetate. But I've also got one under the acetate. I just think that's really pretty. If you wanted another, no, I think another one would be a bit much. What I did want to do was to come in with a couple of these sequins that I had used. Now, look at this. The other thing I bought recently was some Sizzix tweezers. Now, they're not the squeezy tweezers that I normally use, but yeah, they're nice sharp points. They're grabbing these sequins really well. So these are exact same colour sequins that I've used inside the shaker. And let's see if I can find some of my clear sequins I used. They're here. Let's just take a couple of these out. So what I wanted, let's find precision glue gun. Oops, that was silly, Corrine. I've just twizzled those around. Let's just find a couple of places to put those. Now, I'm not going to put too much glue on to begin with because I've learned this in past, that by the time you get there, the glue's dried and you can't see where you were going to put it. So let's just put on, let's just do 4 to begin with. Let's just pick these up and we can do, oh, a pink one. I forget how to use non-squeezy tweezers sometimes. And then we can go on, where did I have a blue one? And then I can have that one. I want a couple over here. So let's go one there, one there. And then Let's just do a couple more of the clear ones. A little bit different, isn't it? A little bit sort of mixed media-ish, if that's how you want to think of it. I just think it's, oops, really pretty. Something a little bit different. Showing you how, if you start with a ready-made paper, so to speak, you can then make it your own. And just making a little bit of a fun shaker. Tell you what else I'll grab, if I can see them. My white tonic pearl drops. Yeah, there they are. Let's just grab a couple of white, and then we can put a couple of white dots on here, because they can come across here too. They look really nice on the acetate, just like that. Just finishes it off, doesn't it? Just putting a couple of little texture bits on something that would otherwise be fairly flat. And there you go. That's all I am going to do to that. A little bit different today. There we, you know, I hope you like that. Something, oh, let's get rid of those. I've got sequins everywhere. There we go, and you can see. How about that? A shaker card using a pre-bought paper that I've just made my own. And then I'm not going to shake it too hard while they're wet, but then you can see how those little pearls and everything will dry on the front. And just maybe using some stickers. I'll link to these. You can, like I say, you can get them off Amazon, but I just thought they were really pretty, especially when you have it. So I've got the same flowers here as there, showing through. Really pretty. I hope you like that. Just a little quick something. I'll link down at the bottom. Make sure I link to those stickers and anything else that I can find. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.